Guys, welcome to today's vlog where we are going to be reading a variety of fall books for the week. When I was getting the books ready for this video, all I knew is I didn't want them to be all the same like subgenre of fall. So we have a variety of like magical realism, witchy, your classic fall rom-com, and I just feel like this week is going to be good. But one thing I realized when I was starting this video and like gathering the books is I actually don't know the synopsis of any of them. I just know kind of that subgenre that they fit in. So I'm excited to go in pretty blind. We are kicking it off with Impractical Magic by Emily Grimoire. This looks stunning, and I don't normally read like witchy books, so I'm excited to read this though. I feel like it could be kind of cozy. It says perfect for fans of Gilmore Girls and Charmed. I'm excited. So I am a little sickly, and I feel like that just means we deserve a week of resting on the couch and doing minimal work. So I'm excited. Let's go ahead and kick off with Impractical Magic. I'm here to give my first reading update because I'm 15% of the way into it. That's just about 55 pages, and I just feel like I know the synopsis now. I can kind of give those initial thoughts. So we're following Scarlett, who is a witch from a family of witches, and her sister has called her back to their hometown because the town's magic is just not working as it should. It's usually, you know, run seamlessly by the witches in town, like making it look beautiful, smell beautiful, fixing any potholes in the road, you know, like things like that. And just everything is not working as it should. So they're like, you gotta come back. We gotta figure out what's going on. So Scarlett hasn't been back to her hometown in 10 years. She hasn't seen her family, the inn that they run, and Nate, her childhood best friend. And like the town wanted those two to date, but they never did. So we're gonna see maybe a second chance where maybe now's the right time. So I'm excited to just like embrace the cheesiness of this like small town witchy rom-com kind of book. Like if you just embrace that, I feel like this could be a really good time. So that's the mindset I'm going into it, not taking it too seriously. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm gonna make some dinner because I'm starving, and then I will continue reading. Good morning, it's the next day and I have a reading update for you guys. I am 50% of the way into it. The only reason I stopped reading last night is because I got so tired. So I'm excited to continue this today and maybe even finish it. I've just had such a good time. I was scared that the like witchy part of this would scream Halloween, and it really doesn't. It just adds this like fun, whimsical, magical element of it all, and I've enjoyed the small town feel. I've really loved all of our characters' dynamics with each other because we have obviously Scarlett and Nate as like the romance story, and I love that you can clearly see the history with them, but it is aged up in that. Like you can, I don't know, there's things said that you're like, I feel the depth of your guys' relationship and history, but I can see that you guys are adults now and like the flirtatious comments made and all of that. And then we have Scarlett with her sisters and her mom, and I love that like family dynamic we have going on because clearly there's a reason that Scarlett hasn't been back in 10 years, and there's, you know, kind of digs and comments made about that, especially in the beginning. And so I'm curious to see kind of the evolution of that and like how that gets worked through by all the kind of uncomfy feelings, if you will. And then we have like the actual town that is going through a lot magically. So I'm just curious about it all, and I'm really enjoying it. And it's just been like such a fun, easy, whimsical read. So I'm gonna continue on. Milo has tangled himself up in the blanket and his toy. Okay, I'm gonna continue reading and I will check in with you guys later. just finished Impractical Magic and I plan to talk more about my thoughts and opinions in the morning, but I wanted to let you know that I finished it because I'm still in the mood to read, so I'm going to go ahead and start our next book for the video, which is Spells for Forgetting by Adrienne Young. This is something that I am highly anticipating because I have read and loved her two newer releases, The Making of June Farrow and A Sea of Unspoken Things, and with those two books, I felt like they had different plots and like characters and all things, yet they still had the same like atmosphere or like tone to the writing, same as like I Know What to Expect with Erin A. Craig or Rachel Gillig. That's how I feel here, and so I'm curious if that is something that she's like developed in her later books or if it's always been there. So that's why I feel like this one's kind of highly anticipated for me. I don't know the synopsis of it, so we are going in blind. Well, let's go ahead and get started with our next book. Good morning, it's the next day and I want to talk about my thoughts on Impractical Magic because I had a really good time with this. I think I'm going to give it 4 stars. There was just so much of it that I enjoyed. I felt like I embraced it for what it was. I didn't take it that deep, that serious. We had a silly little witchy, whimsical story about magic going awry in the town. You got to figure out what's going on. Yet with that like silly, whimsical story, there was still some depth in there. We still got to see some growth from our characters from the beginning to end, and you had to see Scarlet, that's her name, right? Yes, Scarlet, navigate the like romantic relationship that she was maybe gonna have 10 years ago with Nate that never happened, and maybe they get a second chance now. And then she also has to figure out how to become this adult version of herself with her family. Again, not being back into the town for 10 years. There's some stuff that they have to go through and talk about, so I really loved that like seriousness part of it all. Now there were still some moments that I didn't love. I felt like at the first 50%, Taylor Swift was mentioned way too many times. If you're gonna name drop her, that is gonna take me out of the story 10 out of 10 times. I feel like when authors have like weaved in song lyrics that's like, if you know, you know, and if you don't, it doesn't really affect the story, I can like accept that more, but like a name drop, it's so overdone. So like please take Taylor Swift out of books. We're done. But then there's also just like some moments with characters that like they said or did something that was like a little bit icky or cringe or whatever, but all in all, a really good time. So I'm so glad that we started with this. I felt like it was a fun like start to the video. And then last night I picked up Spells for Forgetting and I'm only like 30 pages in. I got tired pretty quick, but it feels like a darker version of this because from what I've gathered so far, once again, I haven't read the synopsis, the first 30 pages have taught me that we at least have 2 POVs, August and Emery. August is returning to the small island, like you have to take a ferry to get there, because he's returning to spread his mother's ashes. Now, his mother and him, I think, left 14 years ago, and like there's a reason they left, you don't know why, but then you have Emery's POV, where tourist season is like wrapping up, which helps them obviously like financially run the town, but it's still like annoying because it's like, ugh, tourists in our town, but there have been some bad omens, and there are witches that live on the island. I don't know if Emery's a witch, probably, but point is like we're back in a witchy town, but like it's definitely a darker tone than this, and you're getting some bad omens. So is like something wrong with the town, or is like something bad gonna happen? I'm nervous, but also very excited. I just really love Adrienne Young's writing and like the atmosphere of her stories. So I'm continuing this today. I don't know how much I'll read today. Hopefully a good chunk of it. I'm in the mood to just like kind of rot and read. So hopefully work is chill and I get to read throughout the day. But if not, then whenever I'm done, we'll get into it. I know you're capable. Hello, Milo. Hello. Hey, come. Come. Would you like to come up here? Hey, don't bite it. Would you like to? Hey, no. Would you like to come up here? Thank you, Milo. I love you. I missed you. When you're taking a nap, I missed you. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Hello. Oh. High five, dude. High five, dude. here to give my first reading update on Spells for Forgetting. I am 33% of the way into it, and we've gotten a lot more information. So I confirmed on like just the first paragraph of the synopsis that like this stuff is revealed to you, so no spoilers here, but we have learned that 14 years ago, the event that led August to leave was the murder of Lily. So this tragic event happened where essentially one of the members of his friend group was murdered and August was to blame for it. And so he was never convicted, but the townspeople all believed he was the one that did it, and him and his mother left. So now we're seeing this past present timeline of like putting pieces together and like getting stuff revealed to us as like what led up to that tragic night. And we're seeing Emery and August have to see each other present day. I mean, they were together in the past and they planned to leave like the island and everything before the event happened. So it's just like a lot of emotions, and I've loved just like the environment of it all, like the atmosphere of the town, the writing, all the things. So I'm gonna continue on with it. It's very interesting and I'm like very curious. All these like mysterious one-liners of all these town secrets being given to us, like where we haven't really learned a lot, but we're knowing that like there's so much more to the town and its secrets and people that know information, and I'm in it. Are you excited, Milo? He's sleepy. Okay, I will update you guys probably when I'm closer to 50-60% maybe. So I just got out of the shower, and instead of reading tonight, I think I want to continue watching season 2 of Wednesday, and I'm finally gonna try the sugar cookie dough from Trader Joe's. It's just like your knockoff Pillsbury, you know what I mean? But I'm in the mood for them. So I'm gonna bake just like a couple of those and get settled on the couch and watch an episode or 2 of Wednesday.
Could you catch me up here? Tell me what you felt. My head is filling bottles that keep falling off the shelves. Well, every word hit like a prism out of color.
Okay, I don't know if you can hear me because there's music playing on the patio, but I just got to Coffee Bean. I am off of work today and I just wanted to be outside a little bit. It's already pretty hot, but I have my coloring book, I have Milo here, and we are just gonna sit outside and color for a bit. So it has been about an hour and a half since we last talked. I ended up taking Milo home so he could take a nap. I think it was just way too hot. 1, for both of us, but 2, for him to just like be able to relax. So I took him home. I put him in the crate so he can have like a hard nap. And I just wanted to get out. I have been home, I feel like, for the last 2 weeks, a lot more than I want to be. So I wanted to just take advantage of feeling a little bit better. And I ended up going and taking myself to Barnes. So that's where we're at. I don't know if I want to buy anything. I really just wanted to get out of the house and do something beyond sitting at a coffee shop. So I do have my bag here with my book, my coloring book, and I want to just like walk around Barnes. I have not walked around Barnes in just like a bookstore, it feels like, in too long. And way too long, probably since getting Milo. So that's what we're having, a little self-care date right now. So let's go ahead and head inside.
I just wanna go out and walk with you. Baby, you know I just like to talk with you. You don't have to tell me anything that's new. I just wanna go out and walk with you. I just wanna see your shadow next to mine, sailing over pavement with our 2 outlines.
I just got back in the car. I've been away for like an hour and a half-ish, so I want to get back home. But I wandered, I found some books that I want to check out maybe from the library, some books that I'm like, oh, I just love seeing you in person. And then I did end up reading for just about like 20-30 minutes. So now it is time to head back home, and Milo should be waking up soon. So it has been quite a while. It's now nearly 5:30 p.m., but I have finished Spells for Forgetting, and wow, was this unexpected. Like, I thought that this was gonna be kind of a chill mystery that we're gonna be solving or something. No, like this town is full of so many secrets and there's just so many moving pieces. The moment I thought that I had it figured out, maybe only a sliver of what was going to be ultimately revealed to us. So this was not some like intense mystery. It was very much a like slow moving small town mystery trying to figure out ultimately what happened to Lily. Like we are getting this past present timeline, yet the past timeline is not like starting from like the most past working towards the present kind of thing. It's more like it'll be like 5 years before the incident that killed their friend Lily, and then it's like the next chapter of the past is like 16 minutes, and then the next chapter after that will be like 3 months prior. So it's like not, what is it, like chronological in that way. So that was a really interesting way to tell it, and you just got to learn more and more about like the friend dynamic along with these little bits and pieces about the town and like their each like family's involvement and history and dynamics. And it was such a fascinating story for being like 350 pages. This is incredible, and it tells me that Adrienne Young has always had this style to her writing. So she is an auto-buy author for me, as if she wasn't already, but this nailed it for me. So I am so glad that I picked it up, and now I'm just like, when's your next book, queen? Like when can I get more? I feel like I'm gonna give it 4.5 stars maybe, because I just really had a good time with it. The storytelling was so good. The atmosphere of it was so like just perfect for fall and spooky season. Like it wasn't super eerie. Like I'm not eerie or like scary, but it's just like, yeah, an eerie undertone to just like what is going on in this town. And like magic was not something like heavily involved like it was with the other like witch story, but there's just like a tone to the like town. Like witchcraft is like seldom used, very much low-key, not just like in your face, let's like cast spells every day kind of vibe. Like it really wasn't a huge part of the story. It was really trying to solve this mystery of like what happened with Lily now that August is back in town. It's like resurfacing everything. So wow. Moving on to our final book for this vlog, People Watching by Hannah Bonham Young. Did I say that right? I think that this is such a stunning cover. Once again, I don't know anything about this. I just assume like adult, not even cheesy, but just like your standard rom-com for fall. So I'm excited. I feel like I read the synopsis a long time ago and like that's what got it on my radar, but now I've just seen like everyone talking about it now that it's out. So let's go ahead and jump into People Watching. Good morning, happy Saturday. I'm here to give my first reading update on People Watching because I'm 25% in and I feel like it's a good point to give those initial thoughts because I just want to binge this book. I just want to finish it today. Honestly, I thought I was going to read it all yesterday, but I woke up feeling so unwell. This sickness has been the weirdest thing because it's really just been a sore throat with like fatigue, and then I think I'm getting better because it's turned into like a dry cough, dry throat. Equally frustrating, but also still so much fatigue. So yesterday, I was so tired. I just wanted to lay on the couch and watch YouTube. I couldn't read, I couldn't do anything. And so last night hit that I was like, I feel like I have a little bit of energy and I really wanted to like get into this story. So I read that 25% pretty much in one sitting last night. And so I'm excited to continue it and like binge this because this has been so cool so far. I say so cool because we're gonna talk about it. You're like, JC, cool. But it's more like the uniqueness of our characters and their dynamic I'm very intrigued by. So they do have a list of trigger warnings in the front, so definitely look them up if you are triggered by various topics in books and like seeing those on page. But on the back it talks about how Prudence, our main female character, her mother is going through early onset Alzheimer's, so that's a big one as far as trigger warnings go, and she is staying in a small town to help her dad take care of her mom. It's not like she you know, had these big aspirations and goals that were put on hold because of this, but it is something that she's kind of stuck in life at the moment. Like, she's not really pursuing anything for herself and her life and her wants and her needs, and that is definitely a conversation between her and her dad right now. Just like, I don't want you stuck because of your mother. Like, I want you to figure out kind of what those next steps are for you. So I'm sure that will be a heavy discussion, as Milo, our main male character, are you kidding, his name, I love him already, enters the chat because he is coming into this small town because his brother has just moved there with his wife and kids, and they're setting up a bar, which this small town is so precious. Like, Prudence and her dad are running the local grocery store. Something about that seems so wholesome, adorable to me. But Milo is there, and he's someone that really doesn't settle. He's a wanderer, has odds and ends in jobs, and so I'm very curious about his personality, because I feel like because of that, it's not like he feels like he has a lot to lose. So he has this confidence that, like, if he wants something, like he just says that, he goes for it, like, with no hesitation. And that is so, like, wow, more power to you, because I feel like, well, one, in the real world, people are so scared to admit they have, like, a crush on someone or they find someone attractive. But then also, like, the fear of rejection or just, like, anything beyond that. Like, I don't know. I just find it so intriguing. And so, like, you've seen that from their first interaction. And Prudence isn't like that. She's, like, an introvert, and, like, yes, she's, like, attracted to him, but, like, she's not gonna be so outgoing in that way. So this dynamic is so fun to read, and I'm curious, like, how that is gonna go, like, how he's gonna get Prudence maybe, like, out of her shell, or how she's gonna affect him, because right now in his head, like, he has nothing to lose. I mean, he hasn't, like, said those, but it's just, like, kind of how I feel about his character. But, like, if he grows this connection with her, like, will that change how he is because he feels like he might have something to lose? Like, I don't know, but I'm excited to continue this. I'm loving, like, the dynamic of it so far, and, like, this cover is so cute. So I'm going to eat my croissants that I just made. Maybe pour a glass of chocolate milk, because I'm an adult with free will, and I'm gonna continue reading this. I am ready to continue people watching for real this time. It's been a couple hours. I did some work stuff. I took Milo on a long walk. We got him a pup cup. I got a peach black tea, sweetened, because, listen, I'll do unsweetened tea, but I have a choice. Like, add sugar. Oh, so good. And then I got back, and I knew I needed a shower today, like, to wash my hair specifically, and I was like, girl, just do it now. Like, just do it now, and I feel so fresh. So I put on a sweater and some shorts, some, like, comfy shorts. I have my air conditioning on. Like, I'm pretty sure the high is, like, 85, 90 today, I'm sure, but I'm gonna pretend it's fall, and I'm gonna continue on reading.
Days without water along the sun-soaked road, we crossed over borders.
This book has me in a chokehold, for starters. Let me see, like, I'm on page 234, and I am 70% into it. It can be so, like, silly goofy, and then so serious and so deep that, like, I am tearing up at several points. There are just some, like, heavy topics in this. Again, like, look up trigger warnings. But I'm just, like, feeling so bad for our characters and, like, things that they have experienced and have gone through, and oh my gosh, I just, like, want to give them a hug, you know what I mean? Like, ugh. But also the moments that are, like, the silly goofy are so cute. So it also says on the back that Milo and Prue have this unlikely friendship that leads to a wild and sexy agreement between them. It doesn't say here what it is. Oh. Okay, yeah. Especially once casual sex lessons begin at Prue's request. So there's that in this book. Whoa. I feel like maybe if you're, like, Deep End Lovers by Ali Hazelwood, you would, like the concept maybe of that. It's, like, 50-50 for me. Like it's fine. I'm not really caring too much about those. It's like those surrounding moments around it that like they're talking, or it's like clearly this is like more, and you guys are actually developing also like this like friendship and like caring for each other, that I'm like, oh, giggle, like this is so cute. And then again, those serious moments that make it just like that much deeper of a story, and the fact that I am like getting emotional over our characters says a lot. It's not this 5-star experience for sure, but it's still like, wow, I like that there's more to it, and I like that Hannah Bonham Young is able to like convey all those emotions in a way for me to care. So I'm honestly just gonna sit here and finish this book. I had left earlier to take Milo to the park, and then we got like a drink and lunch with friends, but then came back and he has been sleeping since. I've been reading, and I think I'm just gonna finish it. I have not that long, like a little over an hour left to read, so might as well just knock it out, because I gotta see how this ends, because there's some stuff that's been revealed to us that I'm like just so scared when like everyone knows this information. I just hope it like isn't stupid. That is my biggest thing, like the like third act breakup situations, and I'm like, just don't make it stupid. So we'll see how she does it. Guys, I finished the book and then on a whim decided to reorganize my entryway closet, because I have just kept like piling things, and I was like, you know, someday soon I really need to go through this and like just reorganize stuff, put things in boxes. I just did it, and I feel so accomplished, and it was a perfect amount of time, because now I feel like I have a general idea of how to discuss my final thoughts on people watching. Can I just say, this really was such a good variety of books this like week of just choosing ones that like were still gonna give me that kind of fall-ish vibe. At the same time, they weren't gonna be just like so repetitive that by the end I'm like, okay, and like that was enough fall reads for me. Like I'm still excited for the other books on my fall radar, so prepare for another video, maybe more of a 24-hour readathon, because that was what I posted on my community page. I was like, essentially I want to do both, where I wanted to like read fall books for a week and then do like a reading only fall books for 24-hour reading challenge. I really want to do like a true 24-hour reading challenge. TBD. But let's go ahead and talk about my final thoughts on people watching. I feel like this was just like a quick small town romance that still had a bunch of like depth and serious topics. I feel like when a rom-com is just so silly goofy, it can kind of like take me out of it. So I like that there were still like some serious topics discussed. They were definitely heavy at times. I literally like giggled through this book. I shed tears, and I just wanted to give all of the characters a big giant hug. In the end, that's what I wanted for them. I really grew to care for them, and I think that's a huge testament to the author for having this short story that I read so quick, yet I found myself deeply caring for the characters pretty early on in the story, and I just felt like it was so fun to watch essentially this introvert that loves her family so much, and then this kind of like carefree lover who really is just always down for a fun time, and someone that, you know, that doesn't settle really and is just like kind of going from place to place, and you have just like these contrasting ways of living, yet they mesh so perfectly ultimately like with their personalities and just like the way that they were communicating. And I just had a good time with those two main characters on top of all their side characters. I have a feeling we're getting another book after this that is gonna be about two characters that we got like glimpses of. And I'm here for it because they're like little glimpses. I'm like, oh yeah, no, I want to know the story behind you too and like what goes on. So I feel like we are totally getting another book in this world. Comment down below. Maybe put spoiler. Comment down below if you know who I'm talking about. Also comment down below if you read this book because I'd be so curious to know other people's thoughts. I've seen such a variety of ratings from like 2 stars to 5. I think I'm gonna settle on 4 because there's just things in the book that like I didn't love, but like still had such a good time. So I feel like 4 is still a really good rating and I really recommend it. I would just, again, look at those trigger warnings, kind of know a little bit about what you're getting yourself into, like if that's like good with you. Like I personally just like felt a lot of emotions. Like I haven't personally dealt with anything that was brought up, so I think that allowed me to just like feel empathy towards our characters and not feel anything towards like my own life, if that makes sense. But I know many people deal with the things that were discussed, so I definitely want to make sure like that is out there for everyone. So I feel like I had such a good time this week, and although I was sick and am still sickly, it passed by so quickly, like the week overall, and I feel like I had such good pockets of time where I was just like reading books that I was really into and really wanting to like finish and see like how it was all gonna end and wrap up. 3 amazing books. I think what was like 4, 4.5, and 4 stars. So what a successful week. Let me know if you've read any of these books, if there are any other like fall books on your radar that you would love to see me read, or you know, read in a video or whatever it may be. With that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one.